What's up, everybody? How we doing? How we doing? Pass, Met, D-Nick. Hope you're all doing well. This is break number is 1074BD, 1074BD. This is 12 boxes of Select Baseball Hobby. 12 box break. Let's get into it. What's up, bees? You made it on time before the break started. What's up with that? You gotta leave and come back. You made it too early. Alright, so we got 6 here. We got 6 there. 6 and 6 is 12, and here's our first box right there. You missed break 1. Yes, you did. You missed a Tetaroa McMillan downtown. Tetaroa McMillan downtown. Yeah, it was pretty nice. Alright, box 1, here we go. Let me get my big ass all situated here and we can get to rolling. Alright, box number 1, here we go. Nice, brother. That's awesome, man. You'll have to send me the your channel name. Is it B's Cards Emporium? Alright, I'm going to have to look you up, brother, and follow you. Alright, first up, we got Chase Meadroth on the Silver Prism. That's for the White Sox, and that is Paul Skeens tie-dye on the numbers. Tie-dye on the numbers, Paul Skeens, 23 of 25. That's how we start a break. Tricolor, there is Ryan Johnson for the Angels. Legendary signatures. Oh my goodness. Ryan Sandberg for the Cubs. Not numbered, Ryan Sandberg. That is awesome right there, man. She will never have a chance to get his autograph again in person. So, that is awesome, dude. Rest in peace, Rhino. And for Washington, we got our second tie-dye in the first, 40 cards. Yohandy Morales, Washington, 15 out of 25. What is up? This case going to be that kind of a case, I hope. There's Yadi Molina for St. Louis, 25 of 99. Arizona, Jordan Lawler on the red, 99 of 149. Tricolor, Josue De Paula for the Dodgers. There's Travis Bazzana for Cleveland on the Silver Prism. Aaron Judge to 299 or 199. 111 out of 199 on the skipper. Well, nah, that was Jeter's nickname, but on Aaron Judge, the captain. Ken Griffey Jr. going to Cincinnati. That is 65 of 125. Tricolor, Jesus Made from Milwaukee. Kalen Culpepper on the red for Minnesota. That is 95 of 149. And the auto goes to the Chicago White Sox. That's Edgar Quieto. Edgar Quieto of the White Sox. And our patch behind a silver prism Aaron Judge is Braylon Payne for Milwaukee. Braylon Payne for the Brew Crew. Alright. Now that's a first box. That is definitely a first box that we like. Get a couple of Aaron Judge cards. Ryan Sandberg auto. 2 tie-dyes. 1 is Paul Skeens. Unreal. Good way to start the break. And a Ken Griffey Jr. Good way to start the break. Box number 1 was nice. How about box number 2? Let's go. I think it just dawned on me. I don't think I showed the number of the Braylon Payne patch. 89 out of 99. 89 of 99 on the Braylon Payne for Milwaukee patch. Red. Alright, box number 2. I am a slacker. You should know that by now. Theo Gillen on the tricolor. We got a tie-dye. Is this one an auto? No, it's a phenomenon. And it is Carson Williams for the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Bay on the tie-dye phenomenon. That is 7 out of 25. 3 tie-dyes in the first box and a couple of pieces. Hai-Song Zhang for the Dodgers. I see gold and I see it to be an auto. Gold auto incoming. Kellen Lindsay tricolor. We got a purple Tom Glavine and a gold auto of Jordan Lawler for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Gold auto, 2 out of 10. Jordan Lawler, D-backs. Ooh, doggy. And that is Tom Glavine on the purple. That is 70 out of 75. That is Mel Ott for the New York Giants, which is the San Francisco Giants. And that is Nick Kurtz on the all-white shock patch or spark patch. That is 24 out of 99. 24 out of 99 on the red spark patch. That is Nick Kurtz. Disappointing that a patch, numbered patch, is one color. Oh well, let's get back to it. That is Chandler Simpson for Tampa Bay on the blue, 71 of 199. Johnny Mize for the Giants, 79 of 125. Jace Lavalette for the non-MLB squad, silver prism. That's a tricolor of Grover Alexander. That is for Philadelphia. And our next auto is a red auto of Dylan Cruz. Dylan Cruz on the auto for Washington. That is numbered 32 out of 99. 32 of 99. Go away, you're too early. Chandler Simpson on the neon, 7 out of 49. That is Larry Walker for Montreal, which is Washington, 104 out of 149. That finishes box number 2. Box number deuce. Box number 3. Box number 3. Did I even cut it? No, because, guys, you have to use the sharp end of the knife to cut the boxes. I'm totally a slacker today, B. Totally a slacker. Oh, man, I'm in such a good mood. And yet I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Hungry for more hits. That's a tie-dye patch coming. Tie-dye patch. Holy snikes. Pulling the fire because you're in such a good mood. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. By the last break, though, I'm going to be so tired. But that's okay. Last break. Oh, we got a patch auto and a patch. I think the our last break is flawless tonight. Flawless baseball. So that's going to be some fun shit. So I don't know. I might make it through the night in a good mood. Alright, so if that tie-dye is a patch auto, we're going to be in for some fire. Here we go. There's Ty Cobb on the tricolor. Paul Skeens silver prism. That's Jacob Mizorowski blue for Milwaukee, 69 of 199. Tricolor Carson Benj for the Mets. Purple, Chase Dolander. I love that kid. I think he's going to be so good. Chase Dolander, purple. On our auto, that is Kellen Lindsey for the Dodgers. Kellen Lindsey for the Dodgers on the auto. Chase Dolander on the purple to 75 is number 30 out of 75. 30 of 75. Silver Prism, Theo Gillen for Tampa Bay, and our red is Ethan Salas for the San Diego Padres. San Diego. Ron Burgundy's hometown. And that is numbered 74 out of 99. 74 of 99. All right. Grab half the stack because I know I'm going to have to put it down. There's Darren Erstead for the Angels. That is 17 out of 49 on the neon orange. Cliff Lee for Philadelphia, Silver Prism. Carson Bench for the Mets on the brown. 122 of 125. Red, that is Cam Smith for Houston. Cam Smith for Houston. This red is numbered 144 out of 149. All right. Our tie-dye patch. It's got to be a patch auto. It is. It's a patch auto, guys. And it looks like it's a pitcher. God, if that's Paul Skeens, I'm going to go nuts again. Aaron Judge, 82 out of 199. That is Gary Sheffield for Milwaukee on the tricolor. It's not a pitcher. That is George Lombard Jr. for the Yankees on the two-color patch auto tie-dye. Sick. 7 out of 25. 7 out of 25 for my Yankees. But I don't have the team in the break. But that is nice. George Lombard Jr. Nice hit for the whoever has the Yankees today. Box number 4. Probably Jody again. Jody seems to have the Yankees a lot. Box number 4. Purple, Braylon Payne for the Brewers. 50 out of 75. Silver Prism, Kellen Lindsey for the Dodgers. There's Paul Skeens on the tricolor. Auto behind Paul Skeens is Paul Skeens auto again. God, I love this product. If I don't pull a Paul Skeens, seems like almost every break. I love that. Got some gold in here, I think. Maybe not. Maybe it's in that one. Nice, Mets fan. Congrats. Johan Santana, 26 out of 125 for Minnesota. Cam Smith for Houston, 64 of 149. That's a tie-dye for the Dodgers. Josue De Paula. Hey, Mets fan, did you pick up the Dodgers? Oh, okay. D-Nick, you did. Congrats, bro. That's a nice hit for the Dodgers right there. Congratulations, D-Nick. We should have some autos coming for you too, probably. The way this break always goes. David Ortiz, tricolor. Chase Burns, silver prism for Cincinnati. How about Paul Skeens on the select certified red? That is 29 of 99. Barry Larkin on the silver prism for Cincinnati. Jackson Churio tricolor. That is Dante Nori for Philadelphia on the white. The auto goes to Luke Dickerson of the Washington Nationals. That is 24 out of 99. Dante Nori for Phillies. Joe Sewell for the Yankees on the silver prism. And Theo Gillen, that is Tampa Bay on the spark patch, not numbered. Box number 5. That's a blue patch. Funny how some of these wrappers open so easy and then some of them just want to be dicks. All right. Box number 5. Noah Schultz on the tricolor for the White Sox, and our auto is Kevin McGonigal for Detroit. Kevin McGonigal for Detroit. That one's not numbered. James Triantos for the Cubbies, 71 of 125. Roman Anthony for the Red Sox, 119 out of 149. Tricolor, Andrew Walters for Cleveland. There's Rhett Lauder for Cincinnati. Our next auto is a rookie select signature of Craig Yoho. Yoho. It's off to work we go for the Milwaukee Brew Crew. That is 5 out of 199 on the Rhett Louder. 5 out of 199. You okay? Say again? I was just messing with you when you first came out earlier. That is Bryce Rainier on the purple. Bryce Rainier is with Detroit, and that is numbered 56 out of 75. 56 of 75. There's Ethan Holiday for the non-MLB spot. 59 out of 125. Chandler Simpson for Tampa Bay, silver. Tricolor of Roman Anthony for the Red Sox. There's Roberto Clemente. 195 out of 199 on the Hall of Famer. Josur Gonzalez, silver prism for the Giants. That is Roman Anthony on the silver prism rookie for the Red Sox. And our blue patch goes to, oh, that's a nice patch. Two-color patch, blue for the Detroit Tigers baseball. 25 out of 49. That is Bryce Rainier. Bryce Rainier. Nice hit for Detroit. Box number 6. Well, we got 2 patches in this one, so one of them should be a patch auto. No guarantees, but I hope it is. Here we go. Box number 6. Colson Montgomery, silver prism for the White Sox. That is Pablo Sandoval. Kung Fu Panda, 17 out of 199 for the Giants. Tricolor, Gary Sheffield for Milwaukee. Purple, Heston Kjerstad. That is Heston Kjerstad for Baltimore. And our auto is Ryan Johnson for the Angels. Ryan Johnson for the Angels. Heston Kjerstad on the purple. That is 12 out of 75. That is Manny Ramirez on the brown. 116 out of 125. That is going to the Red Sox. There is Nick York on the silver prism for Pittsburgh, and for the Dodgers, Hai-Song Kim. Hai-Song Kim rookie patch for the Dodgers. That one is not numbered. You'll get there, brother. After you open up about 30,000 packs like I have, you'll get there. All right, here we go. Miguel Tejada for the Oakland A's on the Silver Prism. And that is Rintaro Sasaki for the non-MLB spot. Red Phenomenon, 55 out of 99. 55 of 99. There's Seaver King for Washington. 39 out of 149. Carson Benj on the blue for the Mets. 153 out of 199. We got white, John Smoltz. John Smoltz, 81 out of 99, Atlanta. Tricolor of Mike Piazza going to the Mets. This has got to be a patch auto, I think. It is. That is Connor Griffin on the patch auto for Pittsburgh. Connor Griffin, patch auto for Pittsburgh. Nice hit for the Pirates. Box number 7. All right, in my slacker ability, I forgot to show the number. That is 36 out of 49 on the Connor Griffin patch auto. Connor Griffin patch auto in my slacker ability. You know what? You got to get trained to have that ability, bro. It takes a lot of training to be this damn good. What was it? It was thanks, guys. What was it? Willie Mays Hayes. Willie Mays Hayes for Major League. Just gotta be so damn good. Team takes extreme talent to be this damn good. Something like that. What a great movie. I haven't seen it in years. Alright, guys. Box number 7. There's Walker Janek for Houston. 23 out of 125. Colson Montgomery Silver Prism for the White Sox. That is Braden Montgomery for the White Sox on the Phenomenon Red. That is numbered 10 out of 99. 10 out of 99. Well, we got Luke Keishall for Minnesota on the tricolor, blocking Chandler Simpson on the auto. Chandler Simpson for Tampa Bay. This one is not numbered. It's so pretty. There's Cam Smith for the Houston Astros, 59 out of 199. There's Johan Santana, 44 out of 75 for Minnesota. Brown, Chipper Jones for Atlanta. Chipper Jones, 83 out of 125. 83 of 125. The Chipper. All right. Second half of box 7. Here we go. That That is Aaron Escobar on the tricolor for the Phillies. Travis Bazana, Silver Prism for Cleveland. That is Jarlin Susana for Washington, 26 out of 149. Tricolor, Matt Shaw for the Cubbies. That is Grover Alexander for the Philadelphia Phillies. And we have a red Select Swatch auto, or Select Swatch, Select Signatures of, didn't I say it? I said it, D-Nick. Ko-Ching Shane on the red auto for the Dodgers. Ko-Ching Shane for the Dodgers. That is numbered 1 out of 99. 1 of 99 on the auto. I can almost guarantee a Dodger auto out of this break with as many, with what, 24 autos and all the patches. I've done enough of these cases. All right. Silver of Paul Molitor. And that is Jacob Wilson for the Oakland A's to finish off box number 7 on the patch. Not numbered. All right, box number 8. Box number 8. What's up, Hitcher? Lots of KO autos in here. That is true. How you doing today, Hitcher? Am I doing better remembering to say the team names, my friend? I did understand where you were coming from the other day, man, so trust me, I got you, my friend. Sometimes I forget. I'll admit it. Oh man, today I'm in such a good mood. I was just telling that to B. I'm in such a good mood today, man, and it's coming across. I can feel it, you know. All right, box number 8. Alright guys, here we go, box number 8. That is J.D. Dix for the Diamondbacks, 31 of 75. Chase Dollander, Colorado, 116 out of 199. Ooh, who's got Milwaukee? Because now you have 2. Count them, 2 Craig Yoho autos. Behind Craig Yoho was this Braylon Payne from Milwaukee. Braylon Payne, 55 of 199. Tricolor, Slade Caldwell, Arizona. Ryan Sandberg on the red, 55 of 149 for the Cubbies. Tricolor, Pudge Rodriguez. We have Brown of Jacob Mizorowski, 102 and 125 for Milwaukee. Our zebra goes to the Washington Nationals. Washington Nationals gets the zebra today. Larry Walker. Isn't he going into the Hall of Fame this year? Is that why his card is in here? I can't remember. But Larry Walker on the zebra print. Ooh, our next auto. That is for Oakland. That is Jacob Wilson. Jacob Wilson on the auto for the A's. Not numbered. Andrew Painter on the tricolor for the Phillies. There's David Ortiz, Silver Prism. Marcelo Mayer on the Phenomenon Red. That is numbered 6 out of 99. 6 out of 99. John Smoltz on the Silver Prism. Carson Williams, Silver Prism for Tampa Bay. And our patch. Oh, that's a nice one. That's for the Red Sox. That is a red patch of Marcelo Mayer for the Red Sox. That is number 24 out of 99 for the Red Sox, Marcelo Mayer. Box number 9. We need some more color. Let's go. All right, box number 9. There's Cliff Lee for the Philadelphia Phillies, 83 out of 149. Greg Maddux, Silver Prism. Dylan Cruz on the numbers. That is on the numbers, 83 out of 99 for Washington. Tricolor, there's Hank Greenberg, our next auto. Chandler Simpson for the Tampa Bay Rays. All right, we got Hideki Matsui for the Yankees, 176 out of 199. Slade Caldwell, Diamondbacks. 125 out of 125. Love the bookend. Connor Griffin for Pittsburgh on the white. Connor Griffin. And Connor Griffin is 10 out of 99. 10 out of 99. Tricolor of Deion Sanders going to Cincinnati. There's Mike Piazza for the Mets on the silver prism. That's gold. And that is Jacob Wilson for the Oakland A's. Jacob Wilson. 10 out of 10. Love it, baby. 10 out of 10, my friends. 10 out of 10. Alrighty. Sick. Love that. Tricolor of Joe Sewell for the Yankees. White. There's Drew Burris going to the non-MLB spot. And your auto is Bryce Rainier for the Detroit Tigers. Bryce Rainier, Detroit. Drew Burris on the white, numbered 38 out of 99. 38 of 99. Silver of Christy Mathewson for the Giants, and Aiden Miller for the Phillies on the red patch. That is numbered 56 out of 99. 56 of 99. Box number 10. Box number 10. Second bookshelf spot today. I need to get to some spring training games, guys. I need to make some money and get to some spring training games out here in Arizona. It's that time of year. All right, here we go. Box number 10. Tricolor, Dylan Dreeling for Texas. Chandler Simpson for Tampa Bay, silver. Phenomenon of Jacob Wilson. Jacob Wilson, phenomenon for the A's. That is 94 of 99. That is nice, actually. That is Deion Sanders for the San Francisco Giants on the silver prism diamond level. That'll be top loaded, guys. Whoever has the Giants. Joe Sewell of the Yankees. We got tie-dye of Dylan Cruz. Dylan Cruz on the tie-dye. 19 out of 25 for Washington. And there is for Washington, Luke Dickerson. Yankees got this one, pitcher. How about that? George Lombard Jr. patch auto tie-dye. As far as the Baltimore, you're right. I haven't seen a Baltimore hit yet. A nice one. So, definitely need something for Baltimore. Don't talk to me about Oh, that sucks, bro. That sucks bad. Travis Bazzana, silver prism for Cleveland, and our patch goes to the Atlanta Braves. Cam Caminiti. Cam Caminiti for the Braves. Red spark patch. Get in there. 55 of 99. 55 of 99. White, Dante Nori for the Phillies. 10 out of 99. Silver Prism, there's Jesur Gonzalez. Rogers Hornsby for the St. Louis Cardinals. And our auto goes to, how about the Pirates? How about number 2 of Paul Skeens? Pirates, there's number 2. There you go. Robin Ventura of the White Sox. 29 out of 149. Christian Campbell for the Red Sox. Blue. 153 out of 199. Purple. Blake Mitchell for Kansas City. 3 out of 75. 3 out of 75. We're down to 2 boxes. We need a color wheel. We haven't had one in about 2, maybe the last 2 cases. So this would be the 3rd case without a color wheel if we don't get one. Box number 11. Who's killing it, Nick? Oh yeah, Pirates are having a pretty good break. Pirates are having a pretty good break. All right, box number 11. Box number 11, here we go. Luke Dickerson, Washington, 101 out of 125. That is Jace Lavalette for the non-MLB spot on the Silver Prism. And we got a blue phenomenon of Agustin Ramirez for the Miami Marlins. Agustin Ramirez, 35 out of 49. Yeah, for sure. Tricolor, Roman Anthony. Next auto. How about a second George Lombard Jr. auto for the Yankees? There you go, Yankees. Vlad Guerrero Sr., 3 out of 149 for the Angels. Aiden Miller for the Phillies. 4 out of 199. We got a tie-dye coming. And it's a tie-dye rookie. Of Chase Burns for the Cincinnati Reds. Chase Burns for Cincinnati, tie-dye, 17 out of 25. 17 of 25. Tricolor, Marcelo Mayer for the Red Sox. Silver Prism for Baltimore. There's Vance Honeycutt. Nick Kurtz on the blue for the A's. Nick Kurtz. That is number 171 out of 199. Hagen Smith on the tricolor. Ooh, we got a purple Ethan Holiday for the non-MLB spot. And our auto behind it goes to the Dodgers. Coaching Shane. Coaching Shane again for the Dodgers on the auto. This Ethan Holiday purple. That is number 19 out of 75 for the non-MLB. Silver Prism of Michael Young for Texas. And that is for Baltimore. There's Tomoyuki Sugano. Tomoyuki Sugano on the red patch for the Baltimore Orioles. There you go. You said it, Ditcher. You said Baltimore's name, and now they got a couple of hits. 84 out of 99. And we are on our last box. Box number 12. Box number 12. Let's do it. Come on, we need a color. We need some color wheel. I mean, we did get a zebra. We've got 2 patch autos. We need it. Okay. We need a color wheel. For sure. Let's go. Kellen Lindsay for the Dodgers on the tricolor. Darren Erstad for the Angels on the blue. That is 169 out of 199. There's our first auto. It's going to be behind Brady House right there. Behind Brady House for Washington. Tie-dye. Going to the Dodgers. That is Hall of Fame pitcher Don Drysdale. 4 out of 25. Albert Pujols for St. Louis on the brown. Albert Pujols, 23 out of 125. Tricolor is John Smoltz, the Braves. Pudge Rodriguez, Silver Prism. That's a red phenomenon. That is Jackson Chourio Silver and Christian Campbell for the Red Sox on the red phenomenon. 88 out of 99. 88 of 99. 4 packs to go. Here's our second auto. Behind Josur Gonzalez for the Giants. So far, both of our autos are not numbered. That sucks. But we do have a blue patch. We have a blue patch, which means it's to 49. Spark patch. Put that there. Oh, we got a second zebra, you guys. We got a second zebra. So no color wheel, but we got a second zebra. There we go. Red, Braylon Payne for Milwaukee. All right. That is numbered 35 out of 149. We're going to do autos first because they're not numbered. This first auto is Kevin McGonigal for Detroit. Kevin McGonigal. Professor McGonigal's great-great-grandson. This one is a rookie auto. For Oakland, there's Max Muncy. Max Muncy. Not numbered. Our purple of Brady House for Washington was 71 of 75. We're going to do the blue patch first. That is going to the Chicago White Sox. That's Braden Montgomery on the Chicago White Sox. It looks like a piece of a number. Piece of a number on the jersey. 23 out of 49. And our last card of the break, our last hit of the break is right here. We got a zebra. Zebra can be anyone, and our zebra looks like it is, nope, it's just concourse. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Our zebra is going to the Miami Marlins. That is Noble Mayer of the Miami Marlins on the zebra. All right, my friends, there's your break. Let's get a recap in. I'll let you go. Have some fun for the rest of your Sunday, unless you're coming back to see me later. All right, here we go. To 199 on the blue. 199 blue, we got Darren Erstad, Nick Kurtz, Aiden Miller, Christian Campbell, Hideki Matsui, Braylon Payne, Chase Dolander, Grover Alexander, Cam Smith, Carson Benj, Pablo Sandoval, Roberto Clemente. We got Rhett Lauder, Aaron Judge, Jacob Mizorowski, Chandler Simpson, Hai Suk Zhang, and Aaron Judge. Thank you, D-Nick. I appreciate you, bud. Our Reds to 149. Braylon Payne, Vlad Guerrero Sr. to the Angels, Robin Ventura, Cliff Lee, Ryan Sandberg, Charlene Susana, Seaver King, Roman Anthony, Cam Smith again, Montreal, and which means Washington, Larry Walker, Kalen Culpepper, and Jordan Lawler for the Diamondbacks. Browns to 125, we got Albert Pujols, Luke Dickerson, Slade Caldwell, Jacob Mizorowski, Chipper Jones, Walker Janik, Manny Ramirez, Ethan Holiday going to the non-MLB spot, James Triantos, Johan Santana, Carson Benj, Johnny Mize for the Giants, and Cincinnati's Ken Griffey Jr. All right, to 99. To 99, we got Christian Campbell, Dante Nori, Jacob Wilson, Drew Burris to the non-MLB spot, Connor Griffin, we got Dylan Cruz, Marcelo Mayer, Braden Montgomery, John Smoltz, Rintaro Sensaki going to the non-MLB spot, Dante Nori, Paul Skeens, and Yadi Molina. /75, Brady House. Ethan Holiday to the non-MLB spot. Blake Mitchell, J.D. Dix, Johan Santana, Heston Kjerstad for Baltimore, Bryce Rainier. We got Braylon Payne, Colorado's Chase Dollander, and Atlanta's John. Oh, no, that was Tom Glavine, not John Smoltz. Tom Glavine. All right, to 49, we got Augustin Ramirez, Darren Erstad for the Angels, and Chandler Simpson. To 25, Don Drysdale. That is Chase Burns, Dylan Cruz, Josue De Paula, Carson Williams, Yohandy Morales, and Paul Skeens. To 10, we got Jacob Wilson for the Oakland Athletics. Our patches. We have Jacob Wilson, Hai Song Kim, and Theo Gillen not numbered. Our 99 red to 99 patches are Tomoyuki Sugano, Cam Caminiti, Aiden Miller, Marcelo Mayer, Ethan Salas, Nick Kurtz, and Braylon Payne. To 49 on the blue, we got Bryce Rainier and Braden Montgomery. Our autos. We have Diamond Action of Max Muncy, Kevin McGonigal, Luke Dickerson, Bryce Rainier, Chandler Simpson ×2, Ryan Johnson, Kevin McGonigal, who had a twin earlier. Luke Dickerson had, I believe, a twin earlier. And then we got Kellen Lindsay and Edgar Quieto. We had a red auto of Dylan Cruz, that's to 99. And Jordan Lawler for the Diamondbacks, 10 out of 10 on the auto, 2 out of 10 on the auto for the Diamondbacks. All right. All right. Coaching Shane, 2 autos, 1 to 99, 1 not numbered for the Dodgers. We have George Lombard Jr., Jacob Wilson, Craig Yoho with Twins, Paul Skeens with Twins, and Hall of Famer Ryan Sandberg. We had a patch auto of Connor Griffin for the Pittsburgh Pirates. We had 2 zebra prints. 1 for the Miami Marlins, Noble Mayer. The other, Larry Walker for the Washington Nationals. And our patch auto tie-dye, that is George Lombard Jr. for the New York Yankees, 7 out of 25. There's your break, my friends. Appreciate you all for being here. Hope to see you again next time. Have yourself a great Sunday. Talk to you soon.